Homeostasis, internal conditions maintained on a consistent basis by living things, right? Homeostasis is about your programmed subconscious that is constantly scanning an environment to things that are familiar, all right? And it protects you. So it searches, it wants familiarity, it desires that consistent program to be fed. And what we don't often do for ourselves is literally sit still, right? Just kind of visualize this for a minute. Sitting still, watching a movie screen, all right? You're in a theater and you're sitting in a chair all by yourself and you're watching the movie screen thinking that this movie screen is all that there is to this movie, right? However, when you look back, there's this projector that is playing out the movie itself. The projector is your subconscious mind, which is where 95% of our lives is being depicted from. And the 5% is the conscious mind, the awareness, the senses, the being able to get into your vehicle and know what you're doing, the waking up every day and, I can feel, I can touch, right? That's the 5%. The 95% is on a program that only relates to things that are comfortable, and anything outside of that thing being comfortable is going to come up as anxiety, fear, self-doubt, self-sabotage, because what ends up happening is that it's not relatable, and the physical body and the mental body starts going into this state of what is this newness that is coming in, and goes into protective mode, right? So when you understand homeostasis and how the subconscious and how the mind works in general, you're always in a state every day of working off a robotic aspect of your life. And when you're not in a conscious state of being, when you're not fully embracing that 5% into transmuting that subconscious mind into a new reality, because the old reality is going to exist. Now, here's the thing I think that sometimes we, get all discombobulated with sometimes, is that we want to let go. Like everybody says, just let go, right? And I've done a video on this already, and it's very imperative to understand this. There is no letting go in this reality. All there is reprogramming. All right, you have to see yourself as this program that downloads trillions and trillions of bits of information, but is only able to channel a small percentage of that. And that small percentage is what this is. This is the identity that we are currently in. You, in this present moment, if you were not aware, and we all were not aware at one time, but here we are being aware, this exact moment, people, places, things, cars, environment, jobs, and the list goes on and on and on, was a program that you yourself, whether it was from being a child all the way up now until the present moment to where now you're taking accountability, all created this identity. All right? Remember, your personality creates your personal reality. All right? Who you are in this present moment from those internal emotional experiences of your life. All right, they were fired and wired by an emotion, became you in this physical form, and now you have this scanner that scans a reality, not just a reality, because there is an infinite amount of reality in this quantum field. But because you are programmed in a certain state of being, you are only tapping into a percentage of a reality that exists in the field. That doesn't mean that there's just one. And this is why if you put two people in the same room, they're going to receive information differently. There was this experiment, I can't remember the name of it, but they had multiple people in this experiment where people were going back and forth in the screens, and they had to pay attention to how many people were passing the ball, right? So in order to disrupt this, they ended up having this monkey come in, or this gorilla come in, and bang on his chest to kind of distort the focus. Do you know that a percentage of the people didn't even recognize the gorilla, that everybody was focusing just on the ball? So that itself, the passing of the ball, that itself goes to show you that in reality, whatever we are focused on is what we are going to whatever we concentrate and focus on is what we're going to pay attention to. I have to slow down because my mind and my mouth are not moving in the same. Whenever I stutter, I always have to take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Breathe, baby. Slow it all the way down. So just because you're focusing on something in the room and you have other people that are in that same room with you, their program is going to receive information from that environment, even though there is multiple realities happening at the same time. All right? And this is where we need to begin to understand that in an environment, there is always multiple realities going on. But what you're programmed to believe, to think, to nourish, to see, and the list goes on, is what you are going to remain in. So in order to begin to realign yourself into a new identity and a reality, and to be a match to a new experience and reality, you have to vibrationally be there. All right? And how you vibrationally become there or be there is by being the end in the beginning. All right? So whatever that emotion, because you're not wanting things because you want to say you have material things. You're wanting things because of how it's going to make you feel. And the mind doesn't know the difference between a tangible experience or the information that is being fed to it. It's all the same. It doesn't recognize it, and it doesn't have this deciphering energy that, oh, this is fake and this is real. No, it goes off of what is being fed to it and what is triggering that emotion in order to be seared within the heart and within the mind. So you have the capacity and the capability right now in this present moment to change your identity and your reality by living in the end. Whatever it is that you desire for your experience, you have to already be there. What are you looking at, mamas? Your little baby. You have to already be there in this present moment. So begin shifting what you're paying attention to, all right? Everything that's out here to distract you from your divinity, you have to tone it out and begin to focus on what it is that you really desire, because what's happening is that we're living in this loop and this cycle of ourselves. And when we begin to do that, we wake up in different spaces and not realizing why we're not progressing, right? And we're not progressing because we're not taking accountability. I'm noticing my phone is slowing down, so I'm sure there's some pauses in this, but as long as you can hear me, that's all that matters. Living in the end, what is the emotion that I want to feel off of this experience? And begin to nourish that through visualizations, by being present, by honoring yourself, by knowing your worth, and most importantly, being an energetic match, because you are deserving, all right? And you are all knowing. And there's nothing outside of you that you need. There's nothing. You're already it already. You already are all of the frequencies. You just have to learn to transmute and alchemize your energy now from the old programming into your new 0.0, whatever that is, 7.0, 5.0, 10.8, 12.0. You have to begin to transmute yourself into that new program. All right. So this video, I don't know, there's a lot of stalls on here, but it is what it is. All right, you guys have a beautiful, Tuesday. All right, peace.